This can't be true. Are they manipulating us to the highest level? Levels that is unheard of. If I told you some of the stuff that I've read and listened to the past 2 days, ever since I posted that player's card video, I decided to take a deep dive into slot machines, the brain, the testing that the companies, the manufacturers do on slot machines. Are you ready for this video, guys? It's gonna be explosive. Welcome to Storytime Slots. I'm your host, Vahagan. Guys, I put out a video a few days ago where I talk about the player's card and the manipulation, and I got a lot of feedback in the comments. Certain things that you guys were telling me I didn't even think about. Angles that I haven't even thought of, that this might be true. The level of manipulation. We go there for a fun time, but are we getting cheated? Are we getting cheated? I know the house wins. The house has a huge advantage over the player when it comes to all casino games, but slot machines, the biggest advantage. But at this level, these newer machines all tied together in one system. I was watching a video put out by a YouTube channel. It was an AI video, okay? But in that AI video, a lot of things were said that made me go, these are the same things that I'm talking about, going even further. According to this video, yes, it's AI, like I said, but according to the video and what was said in the video, all the information in that video was inside knowledge from slot techs, ex-slot techs, people that worked in casinos, whistleblowers, if you want to call them that. I talk about near misses. I talked about that. I talked about how we always end up losing at the end. Are we getting controlled by the player's card? If certain of these things are true, then this is just mind-blowing. This is just, I can't fathom, if true, the level of manipulation that these machines have over people like me and you that love going there, having a good time, playing the slots. Like we all know. Again, we all know the advantage. A lot of them are not good. We end up losing. However, if true, do these casinos and these slot manufacturers, are they working together to manipulate our chances even further from us not winning at all? We all know, right? We all know that the longer you sit on a slot machine, on a game, you're going to end up losing. Okay? In the long run, the longer you sit there, you're going to end up losing all your money. I've changed a little bit about how I play. I put out about 3-4 videos. I put one out yesterday, right? Putting that theory to the test where I start with $100. When I hit a bonus, right? When I hit a bonus, I do a couple of backup spins and I move on. This is my 3rd or 4th video doing this method, trying this method out. Each time I've tried this method, I've either won money, I was up, but every time I tried this method where I would hit a bonus and move on, and I'm not even there. I'm there like minutes, sitting in front of my machine, waiting to hit the machine to trigger that bonus. Whatever I win, I cash out, do a couple of backup spins, cash out, and move to another machine. Every single time I tried this method, I was up at some point. At some point, I was up from my $100 initial buy-in. 2 out of the 3 videos I won. Actually, 3 out of the 4. No, 2 out of the 3 videos I won. 1 I lost because I was sitting there for a while. The machine got me. But even in that video, I was up. So what does that tell me? That tells me that, hey, can we do something to go against the manipulation if true? One thing that was said in this video was interesting, and this is true, right? Let's say you put in $100, okay? And you're down about 50, 60 bucks. The machine will give you a little bit of something back just to trick your brain into thinking, hey, you're not in bad shape right now. The machine's getting hot. Things that were said, like the sounds, the symbols, the graphics, everything is tested to the T. They test these things on hundreds of people playing before they put out a machine, right? The game manufacturers test it on people. They record the brain activity, the dopamine hits, even in near misses. Near misses trick and manipulate you into thinking that you won, but in reality, you did not win anything. But the effect, the brain, it treats that near miss like a win. And what does that do to you? That makes you feel better. That makes you feel better about your situation. That makes you feel better about your odds. And what is the end result of that? You just keep inserting money, dumping money, playing there for a long time. Those near misses have psychological dopamine effects in your brain. The dopamine gets released the same way the dopamine gets released when you hit a jackpot. That's crazy. They tested this on hundreds of people, thousands of people, before they put out a slot machine. Sounds of a machine. Have you ever noticed when you're playing Dragon Link and if you're one of those players that do quick spins, every single quick spin, the sounds are a little different. You notice that, that bam noise, right? When you do a quick spin. Some of the sounds are muffled. Some of them are in your face. They change. How the speed of the spins are manipulated and changing, over the time of you playing that slot machine, to trick your brain into thinking that, hey, you're hitting something, but in reality, you're not hitting anything. Again, have you ever noticed on Dragon Link? And I bring Dragon Link up because that's the most popular game in the casino. Have you ever noticed on Dragon Link again, where when you get big orbs and when it's almost hitting, those things land faster. The wheels spin faster than if you're not hitting anything. For example, okay, dum, 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 right? That's a normal, I'm making sound effects for you guys, but I don't know how else to describe it. And then you might witness something go like this, dum, 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 like almost hitting. This is all tested strategies for you to trick your brain, thinking that you are on your way to a jackpot. The near misses. Then the manipulation goes even further. Okay, if these things are true, even if they're half-truths, this is crazy stuff, okay? It even goes even further where with the player's card, they have a profile on you. They know exactly when you are going to get up, give up on a machine. They know exactly at that tipping point where you're about to get up and give up. They will hit something with like a near miss for you to stick around, for you not to get up. It's happened to me. I witness this all the time where I have $10 in the machine and all of a sudden I get this $2,000 orb or something with 4 others. What does that make me want to do? Put another $100 in the machine. How can I leave this machine now? Look what it's showing me. It's hot. It's hot. It's going to hit now. How can I leave this machine? I almost hit something. This is all strategy, manipulation of the gambler's brain into, hey, it's going to come right now. It's going to hit. Before you know it, you don't even know how you lost your pocket money. You don't even know. There's been times at a casino where I've put in money in the machine, the same machine I'm sitting there, and I forgot that I just put $200 more than I thought I put in this machine. How did that happen? I even forgot. My brain blocked that part out. I forgot that I put in 200 more. I thought I was in 200 in the machine. No, I'm in 500. Why? Because I was in the middle of the game. My brain tricked me into thinking all these awesome symbols on the screen. It was automatic, reaching into my pocket and putting another $100. Being in a trance, being like hypnotized somehow by these amazing near misses. The spin speeds, the sounds that these machines make, they test it out. They test it and they test the brain and how it reacts to different tones, different sounds, different colors of the machine. I mean, this thing goes just beyond imagination how these things are tested. Like I said, man, I got no reason not to believe what I've read. And it kind of makes sense now, with the way the games are designed. They even talk about where these machines are located. And this is all strategy by the casinos. They put one machine with the better RTP. And what's RTP? Return to player percentage, where you get some money or you might win something. Looser machines. They put one machine in an area where it's really hard to find. The areas that you might think, hey, you're coming in, the areas that you might think are high traffic areas, restroom, entrances, exits, you might think that that's where they put these looser machines. In reality, it might be the opposite. They put those looser machines in places where they're hard to find. And it just makes sense. Think about it. It just makes sense because they don't want people finding these machines. But they want winners, sure. They want winners. So what they do is they strategize, okay, we're going to put one machine that kind of pays out more than the others so that people around that one machine will think that, hey, this whole bank of machines are great machines, because you might think the area, you might think that strategy of the casino, but it's the exact opposite. They plan one machine, right? But all the other machines around it are tight. They're designed for you to lose. This is all strategy, guys. It goes so deep and so crazy to think that it's all manipulation by the game manufacturers and the casinos. Some of the comments that I got from my video about 3 days ago with the player's card, people were saying like, hey, they even got you by face recognition. I was like, man, this is crazy stuff. The things that they know about you, the bankroll you bring, how much you bet, what your minimum is, what your maximum is, what gets you excited, what makes you spin faster, what makes you spin slower, what machines you hit after that, what your daily routine is at a casino. So fascinating to even think about, right? Some of the other things you guys mentioned were like just mind-blowing, right? Your ATM balances. If true, right? If true, like some of the things you guys were saying were like, hey, they know your balance. They know how much you withdraw, how much you're in for, how much money you have in the savings account that you're withdrawing from. All that information is in their hands, and it's all fed in an algorithm. No, it's not somebody in front of a computer messing with you. The computer is messing with you automatically, not without a human being there. It's fed. All that information is fed in an algorithm through a player's card, combined with facial recognition, manipulates you to thinking you're going to hit something, and the effect of the brain does the rest. They said they plant the seeds, but your brain does the rest. It's crazy to even think. So what am I doing to combat this if true? Well, this new strategy that I have. Not sitting in front of a machine for a long time. This doesn't work all the time, right, guys? I'm not saying you're going to do this and you're going to win money. No. Chances are you're going to lose money. But what I've tested with this new strategy where I hit something, do a couple of backups and move on, right? The latest test that I did was this challenge video I just put out yesterday. Check that video out. I won money on it. I won some money. I times my initial buy-in by 7, 8 times, 9 times at one point. But I walked away with some money. And every single time I try this strategy, I get positive results. I don't know. Because I'm not sitting in front of the machine for a long time. I'm doing something contrary to their design. Hey, what's going on here? This guy's it's not working on him or her. He's doing something crazy. He's getting up after a bonus. It's different. And it's somewhat kind of working. This brings me back to the discussion of, hey, slot favorites. This is my favorite machine. I'm going to play this. Well, they got you where they want you at that point. Try not to have favorites. Try not to fall in love with Dragon Link so much. Try to play other games. And again, I hear it from you guys sometimes where people have quit, and God bless you, you quit. It's not a hobby of yours. Maybe it's something where you tried going in there for entertainment and you tried winning money and you saw that didn't work for you. So you hate gambling, you hate slot machines, you hate casinos, and that's fine. I got nothing against that crowd. Okay? And people that don't have control, all right? I'm not saying you don't have control by deciding to quit. No, that's your personal decision. However, there are people that have no control. There are people that lose control at casinos and they do something that they shouldn't, lose all their money. That's a great decision on your part to quit. I'm for it, 100%. I'm with you. I support you. There's another camp, which I fall in this category, where I enjoy the casinos. There are a few things that you can do to combat the manipulative practices of the game manufacturers and casinos. Number one, limit your budget. How much you want to lose. Treat it as entertainment. You want to take $300, and if you lose that, you're fine with it? Fine. That's a strategy you can use to not get hooked and addicted to this. That's going against the grain of what these manufacturers want you to feel and do. Other things you can do. Hit a bonus and move on. Very untraditional way of playing, but hey, it's gaining steam with me. I'm liking it. Not falling in love with certain machines, playing older machines, playing three-reel machines. There's a lot of things you can do. But the most important thing you can do is treat this whole thing as entertainment. If you like it, which I'm in that camp, I like the environment. I like the people at casinos. I like the games. I like the food. I like, the services, just going there on a night out. Yeah, I like it. I don't want to stop, right? Doesn't mean I'm addicted. It doesn't mean that I have a problem. No. That's where people get confused, Some people think that, hey, it's either this way or that way. There's nothing in between. And I have a problem with that. If you think people that go to casinos have a problem, but there are people in the middle that enjoy it. And I've said this all the time on my channel. There's people in the middle that enjoy it, that don't abuse it, that know their limits, that know their budgets, that don't do this every day. They do this once a month, once every 6 months when they go to Vegas or Atlantic City. When they go to certain areas that there are casinos, they might want to try their luck. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. There's so many things in life that are bad for you, that people do, that people don't have issues with. Hey, you're killing yourself by doing drugs. Hey, you're killing yourself by speeding on the freeway. You're addicted to the speed. You're addicted to the adrenaline going 120 miles per hour in your Porsche 911 Carrera. You're putting yourself and others at risk, but people enjoy that. Is it wrong? Is it wrong? Yes, it is. Go to a racetrack to do that. That's just one example of what I'm bringing up here, right? Drugs, alcohol, food, being abusive to your family members. I don't know. There's hundreds of things that people do that are bad. The gambling, the casinos, the people that enjoy the slot play. All of a sudden, they're the bad ones here. No, if you can control it, guys, there's nothing I see wrong. Once it starts becoming a problem at home and your finances, then, like I said, hey, you have a problem. You have a problem. So, again, with these slot machines, things are crazy what I've read, and things are just so amazingly, like, some of the things are just out there, right? How can this be? This is a bunch of BS. The RTP, I have an issue with casinos not disclosing their RTP. All right, some of these casinos in California, they're not bound by that, regulation. They don't have to disclose what their RTP is. However, I have a problem with that. Well, what are you hiding? Like, why not? Why not disclose that? Give us a range, at least that. I'm thinking it's a strategy where they know, like, hey, certain machines we can manipulate the RTP, and just where the locations are on these machines and the frequency of people playing them. And then also there's this thing where when the machine is hot right now, what I mean is when it's popular and people want to try it out, when it's new, they might be a little better when winning on, and then they'll adjust it right there once they see that, hey, the honeymoon period is over on the machine. They will change something on the RTP percentage. So there's a lot of reasons why they don't disclose it, but I feel it's wrong. What are they hiding? Let us know what the RTP is, even if you're not bound by the regulations of, like, let's say Las Vegas. Some of these tribal casinos, they have their own team of regulations and rules that they go by. So even then, is it manipulated? Is it somewhat flawed? According to this AI video that I watched, everything that was said in this video was from the mouths of techs, from the mouths of casino employees. So it was an eye-opener. And I am just giving you what I heard and observed from that, and also from the comments. I just wanted to talk about that because it was so interesting, you guys, the angles that you had. Again, guys, I'll end it like this. Hopefully everything I said here is not true. Hopefully they don't manipulate us by our player card. Hopefully they don't do it with the ATM or the facial recognition. Hopefully we're just unlucky. And if that's the case, then, I'll accept it. I'll accept the part of being unlucky. I just want fairness. I want them, of course, I'm not saying give the edge to us. That wouldn't make sense. It's a business after all. You know how much the electricity bills are? You know how much employees these casinos have? If the casinos were places of winning for you, then they wouldn't be in business. Obviously, common sense, right? But having said all that, you should at least pay out 30%, 40%. When I say 30 or 40%, I mean, hey, 3 out of 10 visits, let me win something. The other 7, take it. But let me win something, right, guys? Let me win something. That's all I have for you today. Take it and run with it how you wish, okay? And again, I hope none of this is true. I hope this is just something that is just speculative and superstitious. For the sake of all our fun at the casino, for the sake of being, in a place where you just want to still go there and try your luck, I'm all for that. I just hope that it's not true. None of this is true. But what I've seen over the past 2 years, especially with all these new machines coming out, I don't know. Things are getting so sophisticated now that it's like, wow, are these things smart enough? Is the system smart enough to do all these things, to manipulate your brain? I mean, this is just natural. Things happen naturally up here, with the near misses and the I'm going to go there and win money. It's just the wrong way of thinking. We get in each other's way all the time. Like, we get in our way. So do they really have to do all these extra things to help with that? Because we mess it up anyway with our human behavior. We mess it up. I mean, we want more. We don't leave. It's countless others that we just get in our way. Do the casinos have to do these other extra things for disciplined gamblers? There's disciplined players that really, hey, I know my limit. I know how much I'm going to get up and leave with. So I'm not going to fall prey to my brain, my temptation, my addiction, the greed. The discipline is so strong with some people that cash out, I'm going home. I'm getting a hamburger. I'm getting my nails done. Or, you know what I mean? They don't get fazed by the greed, the wanting more, the near misses, the lights, the sounds, the people. Doesn't bother them. And that's where I'm trying to be for next year. So anyway, if you haven't checked my video out, I'll put all the links in the description of these videos that I'm talking about that I made in the description and above. So check those out if you don't know what the heck I'm talking about here. But yeah, this was my slot machine manipulative tactics video that manufacturers or casinos are laying on us without us knowing. So let me know what you think in the comments, guys. This is a very interesting topic. This is a very interesting discussion to bring up. And I'm bringing it up here in a human level, okay? In a human level. Nothing AI about this, nothing AI about anything I do here. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, and we'll see you on the next video. All right, guys? Treat gambling as entertainment. It's so important for you to do that, okay? Given everything I said here, so important. Don't let the addictions control what you do, okay? If you have a problem with gambling, if it's ruining your finances, time to quit or take some time off. All right? We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching Storytime Slots. Always remember, stay safe, be well, be happy, lucky thoughts, and rock and roll.